Howdy, partner. Just got done with a awesome back workout. Did a couple new movements, hit some abs, and tried a new variation of flies. Great workout, and this workout was fueled by frustration. So let me back up. Now, I'm going to name this video something to the effect of "Don't chase a woman, do this instead." And I may have spoken about this in the past, and when I tell you about this, you might ignore it and do it anyway. That's okay. And you know why that's okay? Because sometimes we have to do the same thing over and over again in order to realize that it is incredibly stupid. And so I made the mistake the other day. I would say it's a mistake, actually. Let me explain. Met this girl, went out to a bar, had a couple drinks. She came back. We had a good time. And it was really intense, really fast. And what I mean by that, it was everything was accelerated in terms of what I would consider intimacy. A lot of eye contact, a lot of like, tell me everything about you. And if you've ever been in a relationship or really resonated and vibed with someone, you'll know what I mean. It just was, everything was clicking. It was instant chemistry on all fronts. It was awesome. Now, after this was all said and done, I was a little weary. And one thing I said in my journal was, if it's going too good, too fast, it may not last. It doesn't mean that things that are going well, that are going good, don't last. Not at all. But sometimes, if it burns twice as bright, it burns out twice as fast. And that was the case here. So I got together with this girl that one time, a lot of texting back and forth, a lot of "I really want to see you," this and that. However, you always have to be cognizant and aware of not the words that someone is saying, but whether or not their actions are in congruence with said words. So it was a lot of "I want to see you," this and that, but I apologize, I can't make it to the follow-up, and it was just incongruent. Now, I'm leading somewhere with this story, and the point that I'm leading to is that I was supposed to get together with this girl. She had to cancel last minute. We were going to reschedule for the following week. Texted, never heard back. And so I got a little confused, which is a healthy response. Things are going well, and then all of a sudden it's radio silent. And again, remember, don't listen to the words, watch the actions, right? And so, went ghost. Now, this is something I mentioned in the past, and in my last video actually, about ghosting. It's like, unfortunately, become a common occurrence and a de facto way to eject oneself from situations without confrontation or clear communication. And oftentimes it leaves one party, almost every time, really confused as to what just happened. So I was in this state of confusion, and the person had do not disturb on for days, and so my mind is wondering, is something wrong? Did something terrible happen to this person? And in most cases, the answer is no, most of the time. And if it did, and you are a priority, there will be communication. Now, you might be saying to yourself, okay, Mike, it was one date. What's the big deal? Well, it was one date, right? But it was very intimate. I became very vulnerable. There's a lot of, just to give you a quick example, we were kind of, in between kissing. It was like, tell me everything about you. I want to know everything. It was a lot. And one of the things that I walked away from after that date was, is this person love bombing me? This might be a little too good to be true. And so I'm trying to paint a picture for you. And so long story short, or long story long, we're over almost 5 minutes now. As suspected, I followed up with this person, and my intuition, I always check in with my intuition. My intuition, from the moment I sent that first text, because I had said, let me know when you're back in town, and I didn't hear anything from her. And so I sent that first text. My intuition said, there is no pulse. So it wasn't like this was going super good or this was going really bad. There was no pulse. And when there's no pulse, that means something is dead. There is no life. And so that was what I felt, no pulse. And I followed up yesterday with something witty, as I typically would. And I got a response back today that was like no longer interested, in essence. And the reasoning was that this person was trying to move cross country, really wanted to lock in, focus on her work, and essentially I'd be a distraction. And I say this is kind of funny because this is something that I have heard so often from people that I watch, content creators, different gurus, if you will, is never chase, attract, follow your purpose. Your purpose comes first. That sentiment, right? And I ignored that. And in doing so, became essentially fodder for distractions. Excuse me a second. Yeah, so I was just kind of like stunned by this revelation, if you will, of like, wow, I forgave, what's the word? I let go, I stopped following my purpose, my mission, in order to pursue this person. Even if it wasn't like, it wasn't like I was thinking about this person, it wasn't like the one-itis videos I've made, but I forgot my purpose for a few days and put a lot of mental energy into this, what I thought would be a relationship. And there's a couple things here. There's one, obviously, don't freaking chase anybody. But also, purpose has to come first. Your mission has to come first. I pulled a tarot card in regards to this person, in fact. And one of the things that I think the tarot card was Conch, calling. And it was like, you're getting distracted. Remember your mission, remember your purpose. You're getting distracted. And so it just reinforces the belief that the person that you're meant to be with, that you want to spend time with, invest your energy into, is someone that is going to be aligned with your purpose, your mission, add to and complement your life, but should never be the center of your life. It's a fun addition, a supplement. It is not the main attraction. And so while I'm not necessarily blindsided, I have to respect her responding at all. I think that was a move of integrity, and it's fair. It is what it is. But it just reinforces the idea that if you chase something, whether it's outwardly chasing or just it's taking up RAM in your head, it's never good. What you should be mentally, what I should be mentally preoccupied with is building, creating a life for myself. This person is her reasoning was, I have to lock in and get things in order for this move. That's what I should be doing for myself. Locking in, getting things in order for myself. And so that's why I was like, what? This is a great incentive to go work out right now. Let's start building again. So grateful for that lesson, reinforced. I'm going to get the same lesson over and over and over again until it clicks and sinks in. And so this time I was aware of, there was some indicator lights, like I mentioned, like this is going really well, really fast. And that to me is kind of like, okay. Also being aware of like what your values are, as I mentioned in the last video, of like what you stand for. This person's values and mine were not aligned, and I knew long term it wouldn't last. I did know that from the get-go. So this is really a saving grace. I have to reframe it. Amor fati, love of fate, right? But obviously it sucks to get rejected. It's going to happen. But being aware of these signs, these indicating lights of not what to expect, not to have expectations, but how to prepare yourself and potentially the other person with your desires. Okay, I'm looking for this. Can you meet me there? Filtering people out quickly. And I don't mean just an intimate relationships, but friendships, careers. Is this aligned? Is this going to work? Is this compatible? What is the vision? Having all of these things, preparing yourself, is an invaluable process. And I don't think any time will be wasted on that. So, in essence, don't chase. Do the things that I mentioned if you want. And I imagine that you may do it anyway. You might chase anyway. I might again. But I'm going to remind myself. And every time I've done it, every time I do it, I get a little bit better. The muscle gets a little quicker. My awareness grows a little bit more. And I'm able to see where things are going and try to pivot in a direction that's most beneficial for me. So anyway, that's all I got for today. I might be making videos on a more regular basis, almost like a video diary to myself. And if it helps you too, that'd be awesome. But TBD, we'll see. Peace.